In the shadowed seclusion of his stone-walled manor, Eric Hunter sat in a dimly lit chamber, the flicker of a lone candle illuminating piles of gold coins he meticulously counted from his enchanted satchel. Each coin gleamed with the promise of wealth, a testament to his cunning exploits. A sharp knock at the oak door shattered his focus. "Who dares disturb me?" he called, his voice edged with irritation. "Master Eric, it is Sir Roland, aide to Lord Ambrose," came the reply. "His lordship commands your presence at court immediately." Eric's pulse quickened, but he masked his unease. "Inform him I'll be there shortly," he said, swiftly returning the coins to his satchel. He donned a velvet cloak, its deep burgundy folds concealing the satchel slung over his shoulder, and set out for the grand court of Lord Ambrose, nestled within the towering walls of Eldergrove Castle. The court was alive with the murmurs of nobles when Eric arrived. He settled into his usual chair, carved with intricate runes, and observed the assembly. Soon, Lord Ambrose entered, his crimson cape sweeping the marble floor as he ascended his throne. The court proceeded with disputes, petty squabbles over land and honor, resolved with the Lord's decisive rulings. When the last case concluded, Lord Ambrose dismissed the court, but singled out Eric. "Join me in my private study," he commanded. Eric followed, his mind racing with curiosity. The study was a sanctuary of ancient tomes, tapestries of forgotten heroes, and a heavy air of secrecy. Lord Ambrose's eyes bore into him. "Eric, we face a dire threat," he began, his voice grave. "Beyond the kingdom's borders, in the heart of the Blackwood Forest, dwells the Crown Fairy, named for the radiant circlet she wears. She guards a diamond of unparalleled power, one that shields its bearer from dark enchantments. My son, Sir Cedric, prepares to confront the sorcerers of the Shadow Realm, who torment our people with their vile magic. This diamond will protect him. We need it." Eric leaned forward, his mind already weaving plans. "My lord, could a diplomatic envoy not persuade her to part with it?" "We tried," Lord Ambrose replied, his jaw tightening. "She rejected our emissaries with scorn. Thus I task you with retrieving the diamond. Succeed, or your life is forfeit." Eric's lips curled into a sly smile. "Such a perilous quest deserves a token of goodwill, does it not, my lord?" Lord Ambrose's gaze hardened. "Do not feign poverty, Eric. I know your satchel hides a fortune, kept even from your wife." He leaned closer, his voice a low growl. "As lord, I could command that satchel to spill its secrets at my feet." Eric raised his hands, feigning surrender. "Mercy, my generous lord, spare this humble soul." His exaggerated humility drew a reluctant chuckle from Ambrose. "You're a cunning rogue, Eric, but your service to the realm spares you for now." The lord unclasped a necklace of luminous pearls from his neck and tossed it to Eric. "Take this, but return with the diamond." Eric bowed, clutching the pearls, and departed. Back at his manor, he barely had time to change into simpler garb when the door flew open with a thunderous crash. Lady Clara, his wife, stormed in, her eyes blazing like a tempest. "Hand over the pearls," she demanded, her voice sharp enough to cut stone. "What pearls?" Eric stammered, his heart sinking. "Don't play the fool." Clara seized his collar, her grip unyielding. "The necklace from Lord Ambrose. Give it to me or I'll break you." Fearing her wrath, Eric reluctantly retrieved the pearls from his satchel. Clara's face lit up as she adorned herself with them, twirling before a mirror. "Am I not radiant?" she purred. "Like a queen," Eric muttered, though inwardly he cursed her as a vixen. He dared not speak his true thoughts, knowing her temper could leave him battered. Clara, satisfied, swept out, leaving Eric to lament his lost prize. With a heavy heart, he prepared for his journey to the Blackwood Forest. determined to reclaim his fortunes with the diamond. From his satchel, Eric drew an enchanted figurine, a carved owl with sapphire eyes. He pressed its head, and its eyes glowed with an otherworldly light. "Wise owl, where does the crown fairy dwell, and how may I claim her diamond?" he asked. The owl's voice was a whisper, like leaves in the wind. "The crown fairy resides in a crimson castle within a garden deep in the Blackwood Forest. Her domain is guarded by wyverns, fierce and ravenous, who devour all who trespass. Only through guile can you, Eric Hunter, secure the diamond. Know this, the fairy dreads losing her beauty above all else, for it is her greatest pride." The glow faded, and Eric tucked the figurine away. He then retrieved a pair of rune-etched boots, their leather worn but potent. "Carry me to the Blackwood Forest's edge," he commanded. A surge of energy lifted him into the sky, the world blurring as he soared for hours. He landed softly at the forest's border, where he swapped the boots for sturdy leather ones. From his satchel, he produced a vial of dark, bitter potion, known to repel beasts with its foul odor. He drank it, wincing, and ventured into the forest's shadowed depths. The Blackwood was a labyrinth of gnarled trees and lurking predators, wolves with gleaming eyes, bears with claws like daggers. Yet none approached Eric. The potion's stench drove them away, their growls fading into the distance. He pressed deeper, guided by the owl's words, until the forest opened into a vibrant garden. Its trees were draped with coiling wyverns, their scales shimmering like polished armor, their bodies weaving through branches like living bridges. At the garden's heart stood a crimson castle, its spires glowing under the moon's pale light. As Eric approached, the castle gates creaked open, and the crown fairy emerged. Her gown was woven of starlight and shadow. Her wings pulsed with hues of sapphire and emerald, and a delicate silver crown gleamed atop her head. "Who are you, mortal, to trespass in my domain?" she demanded, her voice a melody laced with menace. "I am Eric Hunter," he replied, his tone steady. "I seek the diamond you guard." "Fool!" she spat. "Leave or my wyverns will tear you apart." Eric stood his ground. "I will not depart without the diamond." "Then perish," she cried, raising her hand. A deafening roar shook the air as a massive wyvern descended, its wings blotting out the stars. Its jaws parted, revealing fangs that glinted like swords. Eric's heart raced, but he held firm. "Halt, beast, or regret it," he shouted. The wyvern lunged, but as it neared, it recoiled, repelled by the potion's stench. It fled into the trees, and Eric turned to see the crown fairy watching, her eyes narrowed. She clutched the diamond, its facets catching the moonlight, and began to retreat toward the castle, her wings fluttering with agitation. Eric's mind raced. The owl's words echoed. She dreads losing her beauty. He needed a plan, one that would exploit her vanity without relying on brute force. From his satchel, he drew a small vial of shimmering liquid, a rare elixir rumored to alter perceptions, making the viewer see flaws where none existed. He uncorked it, and, with a subtle flick of his wrist, let a single drop fall to the ground, where it released a faint, iridescent mist. "Fair lady," Eric called, his voice smooth as honey. "Why do you clutch that diamond so tightly? Does it not weigh upon your grace? Look upon yourself, your radiance dims." The fairy froze, her hand trembling. "What nonsense do you speak?" she snapped, but her eyes darted to the diamond's surface, where the elixir's mist subtly distorted her reflection. Her flawless features appeared marred, her skin sallow, her eyes dull. She gasped, her wings faltering. "No, this cannot be." Eric pressed his advantage, stepping closer. "The diamond's curse is stealing your beauty," he lied, his voice heavy with feigned concern. "I have seen such enchantments before, but I carry a remedy, an artifact that can restore you." From his satchel, he produced an enchanted mirror, its frame etched with ancient runes. "Look here and see your true self." The fairy hesitated, her pride warring with her fear. At last, she took the mirror, her hands trembling. The mirror, crafted to enhance the viewer's beauty, showed her a vision of perfection. Her eyes brighter, her skin luminous. She sighed in relief, her shoulders relaxing. "You speak truth, mortal," she said, her voice softer. "But why should I trust you with my diamond?" Eric's mind raced, crafting a final gambit. "The diamond's power is a burden you need not bear," he said. "Its magic clashes with your own, dulling your splendor. Give it to me, and I swear by the ancient oaks to guard it, ensuring your beauty remains unrivaled. In exchange, keep this mirror. It will forever reflect your true radiance." The fairy's eyes flickered with doubt, but her vanity won. She extended the diamond, its light pulsing like a star. "Take it," she said, "but betray me, and my wyverns will hunt you to the ends of the earth." Eric bowed, concealing his triumph, and tucked the diamond into his satchel. He handed her the mirror, which she clutched like a lifeline. "You have my thanks," she said, her voice tinged with reluctant gratitude. "Go, and do not return." Eric retraced his steps through the garden, the wyverns watching but not approaching, repelled by his potion. As he emerged from the blackwood, his heart swelled with victory. Not only had he secured the diamond through wit and guile, but he would soon claim a grand reward from Lord Ambrose. The forest seemed to whisper his name, as if acknowledging his triumph. Did Eric Hunter's clever deception leave you spellbound? Crave more tales of cunning and adventure in a medieval realm? Subscribe to our channel for weekly stories that weave magic and intrigue. Hit the bell icon to stay updated, and share your thoughts in the comments. How would you outwit a fairy to claim a legendary treasure?